First of all, how did the organic cabbage die? It was natural causes. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the 2019 Farms Food and Health Conference. My name is Andrea Romeyn, and I co-own Providence Organic Farm with my awesome husband and soulmate, Ryan Romeyn. Our family's involved as well. We have 4 children. We have always maintained that nutritious food, healthy living soil, thriving plants has been the core of our farm business. We have had the privilege of serving this community for over 13 years. Woohoo! We've had a veggie subscription program, and that's formally, people know it as a CSA, but every year I find that nobody knows what that means, so it's now officially a veggie box subscription program. And we also go to 6 farm markets a year during high season and attend year-round to other markets, and we just opened a store right at our farm that's open year-round, so that's been an exciting new adventure for us. We also serve Oriana Food Co-op and Grain Train, which has been exciting, and Cherry Capital Foods. So anyway, in the past, when we were growing up, we did not grow up in farm families. I grew up in a suburb, Ryan grew up in a suburb. We didn't know anything about farming. So our introduction to growing and eating healthy food was actually up here when we were dating. We lived at the Bay Area Adventure School. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. But we had really good friends through Dean and Diane Connors and their friendship group. We went to all these amazing potlucks and had delicious food from their personal gardens, and it was so good. And Ryan also was a member of the Oriana Food Co-op. So I dramatically, as a suburban girl eating a standard American diet, changed my food palette completely by getting to know these awesome people who were so forward-thinking, just slightly older than us, wiser than us, and really guided us in that special way. So as we became growers ourselves, we began to see firsthand that the health and well-being of our soil and our land is intimately connected to the health and well-being of our people, our CSA members, and customers. We found that proper care and attention to the soil meant thriving vegetables and excellent flavor. This, of course, didn't go unnoticed by our customers, who, by the way, in 2002 could have cared less about the term organic. They were actually more interested in this weird new, farm family that was offering a subscription to vegetables. And so a lot of our first customers felt sorry for us. But then they were just astounded by the taste of the food. Ryan went to school for sustainable ag, and he learned about the fact that the soil is a living organism, and that in a teaspoon of soil, you have as much life as a vast ocean. And it's definitely a science, and he doesn't claim to have it all down, but he has done everything in his power to learn how to feed the soil so that the vegetables thrive. And so I, as one of the people who goes to the farmers markets, will hear, "Oh my gosh, what did you do to this broccoli?" And I get to go to markets all the time, and I've heard that for years. It's not just broccoli. You can fill in the blank, like, "Oh my gosh, these potatoes were amazing. Are they always this sweet?" Or one of my favorite things to do, actually, is when someone says they hate spinach, I say, "Oh, really? Have you tried our spinach?" And then I give them a taste, and the look in their face is so amazing. And then they say, "I'll take 2 bags." And the same thing can be said for raw asparagus, for turnips. My dad said he wouldn't cross the street for a turnip, and then he ate a whole, a bunch, 6 bunches, 6 in a bunch, because they were just so good. And that's what we kept finding over and over and over again. But the best of all, we have heard from many of our customers over these 13 years. We've had testimonies over and over and over again about their improved health. So we get to hear these stories all the time. In fact, if you go to my Facebook, Providence Farm and CSA Facebook, in my videos, I have just just as recently as August, I had a CSA member named Tim, who is just an everyday average guy, telling us how our CSA has really impacted his health for the better. He had a super high cholesterol. His doctor put him on heart medication. He didn't like how the heart medication felt, so a couple years back he joined our CSA. And he got off within 6 months. His cholesterol went down to better than average, and he got off his medication. And it was just really neat to hear him in his own words laugh about how now his parents are being impacted. His elderly parents had his dad had bok choy for the first time in 78 years, he said. So, we have people who have written us love notes and letters, people who have had serious ailments such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer of various different types, just write us appreciative notes. And so it's not just the flavor, folks, it's what's in the food. So what they've really proved to us over the years is that our bodies were designed to run on premium fuel. And this is it. This food that's raised with care and attention to the soil, that's raised the way it's meant to be, is how we need to feed ourselves. I have a friend in here, Kelly Lively, where are you? She had an analogy that is perfect. So when you're 16 years old, somebody gives you a car. If you were told, okay, this is your car for life, you can't have any other car, how would you take care of it? You'd probably put in premium fuel. Not only that, you would take it for regular checkups and do anything you could to prevent rust, to prevent it from falling apart, frequently give it care and attention. The problem is we're not teaching our kids at a young age that the same applies to their body. We're only given one body for life. What we put into it affects us profoundly, right? And what a change, what a difference it would be if we sat down from the time that they're in preschool on up and we just said, what is food for? What is it for? What does it do for us? So thank you for that, Kelly, because I use it a lot and I talk to people about it because everyone gets it when you put it in those simple terms. We only get one body for our whole lives, and if we keep putting premium in, it's more likely to perform at its best with less wear and tear and clearer thinking and more energy for life. The thing is, what we feel, what we know is true, hasn't been so clear. And that's why I am so pleased to be here introducing another person who really, truly gets the connection between sustainable organic growing practices, farmer viability, and human health. Dr. Stephen Rivard is the co-founder, board chair, and corporate medical director for Iroquois Valley Farmland, REIT. After earning his undergraduate and medical degrees from Loyola University of Chicago, he began a practice in the newest medical specialty of the time, emergency medicine. After 26 years and having raised 2 children, he changed careers and founded the Illinois Vein Specialists in Illinois in 2008, another growing medical specialty business. He also began diversifying his investments to focus on health and organic farmland. Like mine, Dr. Rivard's interest in organic farming goes beyond profit. It also includes the mission of creating a more socially conscious and sustainable future for his children. Dr. Rivard is now reaching out to other physicians and healthcare professionals to bring attention to the varied health illnesses associated with our current food production system. Specifically, he's concerned about the growth of type 2 diabetes, food allergies, and various cancer incidences that may be associated with our food choices. He will expand our knowledge and pique our curiosity about how we got to the place where pharmaceutically based medicine and chemically based farming are the norm. Through his work with Iroquois Valley Farmland, REIT, an organic farmland finance company that provides farmer-friendly leases and mortgages across the Midwest and here in Michigan, he will give us a purpose and hope for the future. My family and I farm because we know that strong, living soils equals thriving, beautiful plants, which means healthy, incredible humans who live rich and meaningful lives. Like Dr. Rivard, I believe that now is the time to invest in farms, farmers, farm families, and farmland for the next generation, for the health of it. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey to building a more resilient community. With that, I am pleased to welcome Dr. Stephen Rivard to the stage.